Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce here with you as we get ready for a little NBA action on 2K Sports. The NBA season just getting rolling. It's the Boston Celtics going up against the Miami Heat. I'll see you at halftime.
And there, a bit earlier, the Heat getting mentally and physically ready. We're live, the home of the Miami Heat, American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. I'm Kevin Harlan. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. Hey guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Jared Sullinger in this one?
Well, Clark knows more about Sullinger than I do, being that they're both Buckeyes. But I'll tell you what I like about him is just the fact that he's got that big, wide base, so strong inside, and he uses that strength as leverage to get shots off inside and get offensive rebounds.
Yeah, he's anchored in pretty well as a fundamentally sound low-post scorer. I mean, he knows what he's doing down there, uses angles well, deceptive strength, and the footwork is really solid.
And for the Heat, we've got another hometown game here in Miami. It's been a tremendous beginning to the new season. They are now 5-1.
I think for Miami, they've been effective in just about every aspect of the game. I mean, you can't find too many things that they do wrong. They're a very complete team.
Which is exactly why they've been able to maintain their status, Clark, as one of the favorites for the NBA title this season. I mean, there's no easy way out against this club on a nightly basis. I mean, they're talented, they execute, they're well coached. That's why they are who they are.
Wade drives in, and Chris Bosh with the slam.
He sniffed out that board and then powered it back in.
Pure Mike Clark, so strong going back up with that one.
That's exactly what he's capable of, guys. So strong.
You know, Avery Bradley missed the first 3 months of last season after undergoing surgery on both shoulders, fellas. I mean, when Rondo went down with his ACL tear, Bradley stepped into the starting point guard role, and I thought performed very well.
And that one misses. And for Bradley, a tremendous defender, and Steve able to defend either the one or the two.
Well, he's listed at 6'2", but he has incredibly long arms and quick feet. So he's strong enough to guard bigger players, but his best attribute is putting pressure on the ball. It's a nightmare just trying to bring the ball up the floor against Bradley.
One of the best on-ball defenders, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, no doubt.
Now here's LeBron. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Clippers. And that one's good. LeBron's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And here's Rondo. The feed to Bradley. He kicks it to Humphries. Rejected by Battier. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. And so just over a minute and a half played.
Boston had a multitude of problems last season, but the one that seemed to be the most prevalent was the inability to score down the stretch of games. I mean, they were one of the worst teams in the league when it came to scoring in the fourth quarter.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
And you think of Boston, and you think of all the storied players that have put on the green. All of them so clutch, Steve, when the game was on the line, but that was the opposite for last year's Celtics.
It was, Kevin. It seemed like their scoring dropped off considerably in the fourth quarter. A lot of that was just without Rondo after the injury. They couldn't generate offense individually. They had to rely on their ball movement. And as you know, defenses toughen up in the fourth quarter and down the stretches of games.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. The phrase superstar gets tossed around the league a lot these days, but that is how he described Dwayne Wade. He said that D. Wade's the guy we'll be giving the most attention to because he can function either as a playmaker or a scorer, saying no matter what he chooses to do, he can hurt you. We have to be ready for everything. easier said than done, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Green, following the basket by Chris Bosh. Shot clock at 6. And it's Rondo penetrating. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, it always amazes me, guys, when you look at Rondo, who really doesn't have a reliable jump shot. And yet, because of his quickness, he's still able to get into the heart of the defense and get shots at the rim in the paint. I mean, you just can't do that if teams are giving you space in the NBA unless you have the elite speed of a Rajon Rondo.
Well, back to Rondo, Steve. How is he able to get in the lane like that, even with the defense sagging back and knowing he's going to do what he's going to do?
You know, he's incredibly clever with the ball. He's quick. He's savvy. And, you know, sometimes when you sag back, it actually gives the offensive player room to accelerate. And so Rondo kind of goes right at you and then gives you that little Ginobili sidestep and gets to the rim.
Fun player to watch, isn't it?
Sure is. You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Outside Bradley. Pass to Humphries. Bosh with some nice D. Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game, a loss to the Magic.
Yeah, they look totally disjointed. And sometimes you have a night like that. Nothing goes in the basket. It's just pure frustration.
Well, you can call it any number of things, Steve. Disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated, dysfunctional. Any of those would fit.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Crawford against Chalmers. Kicks to Haslam. Lee with the steal. And now in transition is Wallace. Here we go. And finished off by Bass.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. That puts them in the lead. Lee's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Chalmers with a screen on Lee. Outside Lewis. And good on the basket. Book it.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Lee dishes to Crawford. Shoots. Misses off the left iron. Here's Allen. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Lewis outside. There's the triple. They get the rebound. And it's Greg Oden with the finish.
Showing us a little force on that putback, Kev.
Well, there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
Now, you got to love his positioning as the shot went up. He anticipated that play.
And that